Hello and welcome to this episode of Packet Tracer. In this episode, we want to talk about creating a network topology, and inside the network topology, we will create devices and arrange those devices. Also maybe delete some of the devices and make connection between those devices. So let's get started. To create a device, you have this selection box. In the selection box, you have categories like network devices, end devices, components, and as such. And for those categories, you have subcategories as well. For example, for network devices, we have routers, and for routers, we have different type of models of routers, specific devices. So, for example, I want a 1941 router. Now I click on the 1941 router. Now my cursor has changed. Now I click on the workspace and now I have created a device. To create multiple devices of the same type, what I can do is that I will press Ctrl first on my keyboard, then I will press one of these routers, 2901, I want this router, and now I come to the workspace and now I can create multiple instances of the same type of router. 1, 2, 3, 4. Without going backward and forward, I can create many routers at the same time. To cancel the connection, either I can click in here, as you can see it can be cancelled, or I can press Escape on my keyboard. We also have the ability to undo and redo, and these are the shortcuts. As you can see, I can undo the creation of router 4 and I can redo the creation of router 4 once again, and it will appear for me once again. The most commonly used tool that we use in Packet Tracer is the select tool. This is the default tool, and by using the select tool we can arrange devices. For example, I can arrange this router and move it to wherever on the workspace that I want to. I can arrange multiple devices at the same time, so I will drag my select tool on 4 of these routers and I can arrange their position however I want to. I can also select devices one at a time by pressing Shift on my keyboard. So if I have Shift on my keyboard, I can select this, this, and this, and now I can move them from here to here. To delete a device, first I need to highlight that device. Now I have highlighted router 3. If I click on the delete tool, this router can be deleted. Now my cursor has changed to the delete tool. As you can see, this is the delete tool and my cursor has changed to the delete tool. So now without highlighting, I can click on whatever devices that I have on the workspace and I can delete them using the delete tool. To cancel the delete tool, you can go to the select tool or you can press Escape. Now let's add a few more devices to the workspace. First I want to add a router, and maybe I want to add a switch, and I want to add a PC, and I want to add a server. Now let's go to router 5. If I left click on the router 5, this window will appear for me. I can go to the physical tab and now I can zoom in on this router. This is the physical view of the router. Routers don't have any modules installed by default, so I can add modules to this router. But first I need to turn off the router because it's not possible to add a module if the device is turned on. So I will turn it off and now I can add modules. I will add this module and this module, and maybe I can add a cover if it fits. I don't think it fits, so I'm not able to add this module. If I want to remove a module, I can click on the module on the router and put it back here on the list. Now it's removed. Now I can add another different type of module. This module is not compatible, so not all modules are compatible. Let's try this one. This is also not compatible. Let's maybe put a cover back in here. Now let's go and make a few connections between these devices. To make a connection, first in the device type selection box, you can go to connections and you can use auto cable. Using auto cable, Packet Tracer will automatically choose the connection type for you. Now if I press this, my cursor has changed to a connection. I can left click on the router and click again on the switch, and as you can see, the connection has been created and the type of connection is also selected by Packet Tracer. Now let's add a connection by manually choosing the connection type. Now in here I have the copper straight through, copper crossover, fiber, and other types of connections. I will need a copper straight through, so I will select it, select on switch, select the interface, click on PC and select the interface, and now this connection has been created. To add multiple connections of the same type, I can use Control on my keyboard, and now that I have Control on my keyboard, I will click on copper straight through. Then I can create multiple connections at the same time. To cancel this mode, simply press Escape on your keyboard. To change a cable from one device to another or recable, I can click here on the link light, and once I click here on the link light, now the cursor has changed to a connection and I can change from that router to this router. And to delete an existing cable, I can use the delete tool. Sorry, I have to go back because router 2 was highlighted. I want to press on the workspace so nothing is highlighted. Now I go to delete tool. I can delete these connections easily by using the delete tool. And that's it for this episode, everyone. I hope this has been informative for you, and I would like to see you in the next episode. Stay tuned.